good afternoon, you good people out there. Welcome to Travel Quest Network's Weekly Chatter Live. My name is Joshua Harrell, and this is my co-pilot.
Oh, my name's Jason Block. How are you?
Oh. Did I throw you off by calling you a co-pilot? You were like,
no, I was just, there was like this pause. I'm like, oh, now it's my turn to speak. Okay.
I'm Captain Block.
Yeah.
You should.
Hi there. We'll be cruising today at 32,000 feet. We expect friendly skies and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Evan. Anyone who just is tuning in for the first time is like, stop.
Exactly.
Next.
So joining us behind the camera is Evan, our content manager, and he loves playing with the sound effects. So he said he's got a few. Well, don't run them all at the same time. Like space them out. We still got some time here. So he's got some sound effects to surprise us with. But if this is your first time joining us for the weekly chatter, welcome, first-time newbie, I guess. You could be watching this anywhere, but the best place to watch us is in the Travel Quest Network members-only Facebook group, where that's the chatter part of the Weekly Chatter Live happens. So we're going to be popping in and out of there. Please, if you are in the members-only Facebook group, share your wins, share your challenges, say how great our travel wall looks. It's starting to get...
It's filling up.
Yeah, it's starting to get... I mean, that unicorn that Universal sent us is, massive. But he kind of sets the tone.
It's like a whole compartment.
Yeah. He kind of sets the tone for the show, though, because this is not serious journalism here. As much as it might be, you might be mistaken with the lava lamp and the plastic fish that are jumping around behind us. Anyway. So welcome, and happy Friday to you, or happy whatever day, whenever you're watching this. It is good to be back. We have been on the road for a little bit.
Ooh, we sure have.
Yes. So we have been all over the country.
Yep.
For
coast to coast.
Coast to coast with our road shows. We ended up in Nashville on Sunday for our first annual Core Summit.
Yep. And
then we were a part of Travel Leaders Edge conference, which finished Wednesday night. So I feel like there's been a lot of mileage on this face right now. I'm just
You look great. I don't know what you're talking about, Joshua.
Oh, thank you.
Doesn't he look great, everybody?
Please, yes. Just give it all to me. I love it. But I love that our team came up with some stats.
Yes, they did.
You ask them for business stats, and, it might be a little hard to get a hold of that report. But, man, could they come up with some good ones for this. So, in the last 25 days, we have seen 249 members of Travel Quest Network.
Awesome.
That we know of. There might have been some, sneaking around corners that we didn't see. 70 of our supplier partners. We have traveled 75,000 miles. Some of that you guys did by car.
That's right.
Which if we had done by bus, I could have sent by bus. I'm just saying, still working on that bus. We were in 7 states.
Okay.
We consumed as a total group 63 gallons of coffee.
Wow, that's a lot of coffee.
It is. And I actually don't think that we count any of the coffee that we drank at the Edge conference.
No,
because
probably not.
they served it in little tiny carafes and then hid the reserve in the back, and there were 3 people guarding it. You had to be like, I really need some coffee. So I'm just saying, travel leaders. And then just another little fun stat. Well, we got 2 more. There were 12,000 minutes of one-on-one member and supplier meetings.
Wow.
During especially our road shows.
That's a lot.
And only 1 cattle drive.
Yes.
in Fort Worth in the stockyards.
A memorable one at that.
A memorable one at that. So yes, that was. Yeah, thank you guys for compiling those stats. Those are some numbers there.
I don't want to. We'll get to the chat, but I just saw this one come through. It was pretty funny. Andy says, "How many of those 75,000 miles were just walking in the Gaylord?"
So, the Travel Leaders Edge conference, which is a big conference, there's like several thousand people at that conference.
Yeah.
And a conference that large, there are very few hotels that can accommodate a conference like that. So we've been at Gaylords for a lot of them.
Yeah.
And this one in Nashville, Grand Ole Opry Resort and Convention, it was massive, and it wasn't easy to get to places.
It was not.
And certain things looked the same. So you were in the Delta Island, but you thought you were somewhere else.
Yeah, it had a labyrinth quality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every time we had to go from one end to the other, you ended up going a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were the smart guys who located our meeting room. So we had a meeting room where we sat down with many of our supplier partners. We decided to locate it. Well, we didn't decide. It was decided for us. But it was located on the 180-degree opposite side of the property.
Yeah.
And so we made, I don't know, 4 or 5 trips a day back and forth.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun. That was
great
but that was the joke, is you never knew where you were. So yeah, but it was a good time. But at the Travel Leaders Edge conference, very, very honored to have won Agency of Excellence, as well as Best Host Agency of the Year. Oh yeah, 2 years
Back
in a
to
row.
back.
Yeah.
So now,
Part
and that's
deux.
thanks to our awesome team and all of you.
Yes.
Because if it weren't for all of you, that wouldn't happen. So now we're going to go together. We're going to go for the three-peat.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of knew it was going to be us when the announcer said, and they did the same thing last year. And I was like, oh, that's us.
There we go.
I can take a picture.
No, it's very cool. It's a big honor. It's a big honor.
It felt really, really cool.
It was cool.
Very proud of, like you said, our members and our team. Because getting awards, snatching crowns, as I like to call it, eventually they'll turn the awards into the plaques into crowns. So, I mean, it could be, it can happen.
Just keep wishing, Joshua. Just keep wishing.
And hoping and praying. All right, so what's going on in the chat, Jason?
All right. At least according to this, Amanda was in first today. Hey there, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Angela poking fun at us for starting late.
Thank you, Angela.
Duly noted.
Yeah, duly noted, and we'll remember that next time you need some help. I'll be a little bit late in responding. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Let's see. Daniela saying Happy Friday, everyone. Erica giving the TGIF to Travel Quest Nation. Teresa saying Happy Friday. Alan, Happy Friday. Amazing week this week in Nashville. Glad to connect with everyone. Let's see here. Nate saying Happy Friday. It's for everyone recovering from TLN Edge in Nashville. Let's see here. Andy says tired, feet hurt, and lots of laundry to do.
Yes.
That is true. I have like no laundry, no clean clothes left.
Yeah. No.
And, yeah.
You just have to order more underwear from Amazon.
After
just
the
like
last month, it's just been like I have this giant laundry pile.
Yeah, because you went to cheer camp and everything, so.
Been everywhere. Been everywhere. It's been a busy month.
So, you know what Andy was talking about tired feet? No, you don't know tired feet until you've worn like 5-inch heel boots that I was trying to pull off for a whole day.
Those were something.
Yeah.
You need to get a picture of those for everybody.
So I thought, I have shoes. I like to have fun with shoes, but I get some boots, and I think okay, and they've got really high heels. And I'm thinking, okay, well, women wear heels all the time.
Uh-huh.
And now they do always fuss about it. But I would look at somebody wearing flats and I'd be like, oh, girl, you could try a little harder. Like, wear a pump. They're so much sexier. Oh my gosh, I was walking like Frankenstein.
You were it was pretty funny. You were
Somebody said, do you have a
knees,
limp?
like going like this.
Yeah, I was like a giraffe. Like, yeah, it was, I'm still in pain from that. Like, it was stupid, but fashion is painful.
I think the beginning of the chat might have been cut off because I see a reply from Erica replying to Cynthia about her win, but I don't see the original post. So something about the local chamber, but I don't see the original post. So maybe repost that, Cynthia, so we can talk about it. Let's see, what else do we have here? Lisa, happy Friday. Exhausted today from a great week at Core and Edge.
Yeah, so our Core Summit, for those of you who don't know, our Core Summit, this was our first year doing it. It was a full day of content the day before Edge, and you had to, those of you who are good students, you did the pre-homework, the growth map in WorldVia Pro. In the Passport courses, you did the growth map. Everybody came in with their sales plans printed out, ready to go. And then some of our partners joined us. We had Dr. Funk from Sandals. We had Tommy from Carnival. We had Bonnie from Chubb, Steve from Allianz Partners. They were our co-professors as we taught how to build the marketing plan around the sales plan. And I loved it. It was a long day. But I loved that. And Jeff, I'm speaking to you. Jeff and Allison worked together. And he had his sales plan when he started. And before we went to lunch, he'd already crossed it out and made edits.
Good.
And people had notes and notes and notes, notebooks full of notes.
Right.
It was a very great way to start out the conference with, making sure that you had your mind set on what's important to you and your goals. And then, of course, we had a cocktail party, which I don't know if you noticed. You got there before me, but people were crashing the party.
Well, I did notice that. But it was kind of hard to notice because we had so many people that were at Edge, and we had so many supplier partners who stopped by that were invited. But I was like, wow, this is a lot of people. But yeah, I noticed there were some party crashers.
Yeah, so there was another party going on for the Luxury Alliance across the hall.
Yep.
So they just kind of came over to where the more fun party was.
Yeah, and I actually heard from a few people, we were next door, and it was,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say.
No party like a Travel Quest Network party.
That's right. Now, I did talk to a number of people who were part of the Core Summit, and I was only there for the beginning of the day because I was at another meeting.
Legitimately, it wasn't just sleeping on.
I was not at cheer camp.
Yeah, he was
not at cheer camp. I was at another meeting. Anyway, so I talked to a number of people who were part of the Core Summit day, and just rave reviews, and a number of people just saying, it all kind of finally clicked. It's all, I can see it all now. And I thought that was a really cool moment.
And we talked about it too. It's not new information, but sometimes it's good information at a very specific point in time when you're ready to receive it. And I think that group was. And it was so fun because our supplier partners who are our co-professors, they were not only there for specific sessions, but they could talk throughout they sat through the whole thing. And I thought it was fantastic that Bonnie from Chubb, we talked about capturing leads.
Yeah.
And she very sneakily used a QR code app to capture the contact information for everybody in the room by saying, "Oh, can you guys just help me test out this app?" And ended up getting all the information. I was like, "How you clever, you clever little person!" No, it was fantastic. And everybody who attended is going to receive a certificate of completion because this is a very special event. I mean, obviously, the systems we teach around sales and marketing are ones that we don't just create something new every single time.
Right.
But this is a unique event that we're going to do each year. It's only going to get better, but you get your special, almost like a diploma.
Yeah.
We'll make them march the stage next year. I don't know. What else is going on?
Let's see. Cynthia is coming in saying she spent her week preparing for her local fashion show and market that she had last night, and said it was a great turnout, and she got lots of leads.
That's fantastic, Cynthia.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you did to prepare for that.
Yeah.
That helped it be so successful for you. That's awesome. Sarah Cantor, she was not with us at Edge, but she says she finally moved into her new house.
Oh, well, that is a big deal.
Yes.
We'll give her a pass. Are you still in Nebraska, though?
I think so.
Well, no, I feel like everybody that lives in that part of the country, they're always in different states all the time. So it's like, our Angela lives in Iowa,
right?
And she'll be like, oh, I went to Wisconsin this weekend. Oh, I went to, South Dakota. And I'd be like, what? I haven't left. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeff said he had a great week at Core and Edge. Great to network with fellow agents and suppliers, and it was a blast. And he's ready to start pulling the levers. So that's
levers, as some people
levers.
said.
I do enjoy a good lever.
Yeah, that makes me think of the soap. Well, Jeff, I'm gonna tattle a little bit. So I caught Jeff at a cocktail party reception, and he said that he was in a group with because everybody that comes to Edge they're not members of Travel Quest Network.
Right.
And he said a group he was in they were complaining about the lack of support and education that they get from their host agency. And he was proud to be a part of Travel Quest Network and WorldVia because we were awesome.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, we are. He wasn't saying that to buy free drinks because they were already free. So it did, yeah, he wasn't doing that.
Amy's in, Amy Little. Happy Friday, everybody. Great to connect everyone at Edge. Bill has our National Day.
All right. Come on, give us the National Day, Bill.
National Limerick Day. Let's hear those limericks. So that is a challenge. And look, there's lots of comments to go, but I hope someone can come up with a good little limerick.
An appropriate one.
Well, yes.
Because we're broadcasting all around the world right now.
Yeah. Velma's in as well. Great to see everyone at Edge.
Oh, yeah, we'll be seeing her pretty soon.
Britta, hey everyone. Big win with seeing so many of you at Edge. Rebecca, aloha Rebecca. Happy Aloha Friday from Oahu.
Yes, she's in Hawaii.
Have you ever hula danced?
Like for other people or just for myself?
You know what? We'll go with either on that one.
I have.
You have. Is there like a secret to it? Oh. Is that like the Mr. Rogers train? Is that what that was?
I don't even know if you would know what that means.
So is there a secret to hula dancing? Or you're just kind of...
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I just...
Arms and... I don't think I have enough rhythm to hula dance. Just going to say that.
I think after the show in the members only Facebook group, I'm gonna post the video you shot of me dancing? At the Italian restaurant. We ate at Mangia's.
You're gonna like it.
Mangia's in Nashville, Tennessee. And it looks like any old, like family Italian restaurant in a strip mall. So you would just expect chicken parm, lasagna, just the basics.
Right.
Oh, no. This was authentic Italian food all the way around. I didn't even know what I was eating. It was so much of stuff.
It was incredibly surprising how good it was.
Yeah.
Like, because walking in, you're like, oh, okay, this is like,
lasagna, chicken parm, like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, the pasta was, like, cooked like you would get in Italy. And the quality of the pasta was, like, homemade pasta. And... the chicken, did you have the chicken there?
Yeah.
The chicken was
the moistest thing ever.
And yeah, it was just amazing. And everyone's like, everyone at our table, we were so full by the time the chicken came around because it was like the 6-course thing.
Yeah.
That they took a break. There was like an intermission amidst dinner, and the chef comes out and starts leading everyone in dancing, and by everyone I mean Joshua.
Yeah.
But
Because he said, everybody get up and dance, and I was there, and no one else joined. And then all of a sudden he said,
So you felt
boys
bad for
on
him.
one side, girls on the other. The girls, I have to give it to him because they all lined up.
Yeah.
But the boys, if you notice, we started with about 5, and then it just ended up with
it
me.
dwindled quickly. Anyway,
Yeah.
so after the dancing break,
Yeah.
they brought out the entrees, but everyone at my table was like, what, there's more?
Yeah.
And so they passed the chicken down. It's kind of like family style, like a big platter of it. And everyone at my table was like, I mean, I guess you can hand me one. And like half of us were like, I'm full. We're not even going to try it. And then like slowly, one person would try a bite, and then another person would try a bite, and people were like, oh my God, did you try the chicken?
Yeah.
And by the end of it, everyone's plates were like cleared.
Yeah.
was
So
that good.
Mangia's in
Yeah.
Nashville. You definitely need to check it out.
And it's only open 2 nights a week, I heard. And it's a fixed menu.
Oh.
Yeah. They
And,
change
and they always do the dancing, though. I did hear that.
Yeah, they change the menu 4 times a year. So if you're in or visiting Nashville, it is a great spot.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
It was surprising how good it was.
Let's see here.
Everybody's talking to themselves.
I
They're
know.
not talking to us.
I know. They're having fun. That's great. Regina said excited for the profiler workshop next week.
Yes.
Tell everyone about that.
Yes. So next week we have, last year we started our agent profiler workshops and very, very successful because not only, so agent profiler, if you don't know about it, it is a lead generation system built on travelleaders.com. And as a member of TravelQuest Network, you get access to Agent Profiler Plus, I think it's called, or 2.0. I can't remember. You get,
Yes.
not everybody within Travel Leaders gets access to this, but you
Right.
get access to the big kahunas. I hope that's a good word to use.
Sure.
So the thing is we have been working in Agent Profiler since 2016.
Yeah.
And really what we've done very well is we've applied good content marketing practices around Agent Profiler. So then last year, Travel Leaders announces this big, we're going to create something called Super Agent, which allows your agents to rank higher within searches on travelleaders.com.
Right.
But the secret behind it is it's just really good content marketing practices, which we had already been putting in play. So the way that we approach creating content for Agent Profiler is tried and true. We know it works.
Yep, absolutely.
So we started these workshops where they truly are workshops. You've got to do homework. You've got to, if you're not published, you got to get published. I mean, there's a reason for everything. Then, like in the last, month, we launched Content Creator and the Profile Builders with our AI tool. So now, creating multiple additional bios, again, these are ways for you to get leads from travelleaders.com, which we know we get a lot of them. Now it's even easier. So we brought Agent Profiler workshops back. So on Monday next week, I've got it written down here, the 15th at 6 Eastern, we're going to do essentially group 1. That's Agent Profiler Pathway to Publish. So that is getting yourself published. And then on May 22nd, same time, we will be doing group 2, which is super agent status. So this is exciting. You can register for it now. It's in WorldVia Pro under events. And at the Core Summit and through the road shows, I heard a lot of people talking about how they've taken advantage of the profiler workshops to get to super agent status. One in particular is Alan, who we heard from earlier. Are you having fun?
I'm just reading through the comments, yes.
Okay. Are you going to share with the group? Or
Well,
are you just
I
going
lost
to...
my place, and I'm trying to get back to it.
Well, and while he's
let's
doing
see,
that,
let's
just since we're on events, on May 17th next week, We have Gail from Universal joining Erica for another Power Talk on Universal. Oh gosh, they rebranded. It's Universal
Destinations and Experiences?
Destinations and Experiences. Because now it's not just the theme parks. They're doing experiences. They talked about one that they're doing in Las Vegas around the horror vibe that they do.
The Halloween Horror Nights.
Thank you. Jeez, the horror vibe. That's not really. I feel like
as a permanent attraction.
Yeah, permanent attraction. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, so very, very excited. Okay, did you catch up?
Well, so there was some talk. Sarah is still in Nebraska unless she can convince Brian to move to Mexico. And Erica says, yeah, I understand, moving's a pain. But if you do move to Mexico, then you can become Hola Sarah. I don't know why I find that so funny. Cynthia's got a congratulations to Travel Quest. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so here's a limerick. You ready?
Is this from Bill?
This is from Bill.
Okay, so again, National Limerick Day.
I haven't read this yet, so I'm just going to
just
go
make sure
live.
If it starts going south,
We'll cut it off. Okay. There once was a man named Josh who sometimes makes people say, oh gosh. He hosts our weekly chatter where we discuss all things that matter. He's our marketing guru, Josh.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
Well done, Bill.
Okay,
well done.
Evan, can we please make sure that that's like on a plaque? It's kind of like at Disney World. To all who enter these places.
Right, and you put it right under the revenue, it matters. Right.
Yeah.
There was one in here from Kara, but I lost it.
All right, well, we'll find it
gone.
because it is that time in the show where we go to Tyler, Texas to be with our Velma and talk sales. Velma, are you there?
I am here. Welcome. Greetings from Tyler, Texas.
It's so good to
Velma.
see your face, Velma.
Well, it's great to see y'all again.
Oops, we got to sneak in.
Yes, yeah, y'all
Okay.
scooch in there. While we were at Edge and at Core and learning and working, we had members out here selling. They were still selling. Sales did not stop because we were in Nashville. And,
That's a good thing.
Yes, it's a very good thing. Extremely good thing. So I'm going to jump right into it. A very interesting sales this week in the number 3 spot. Gross sales for the week, 146,981, with
Nice.
a net weekly revenue of 14,193. And this member sold multiple cruises. They sold 6 different cruise lines to make up that weekly revenue. There were really quite a few bookings. I didn't count them all, but quite a few bookings, but still a great week. Great week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great week. And you know what, Velma, I just want to add, we do this every once in a while, but just to kind of remind everybody, these are the total sales invoiced the prior week by one agent. So even though we have some agencies where there are multiple agents, we always rank them as individual agents for this purpose. So just so everybody knows out there that, this is an individual agent.
And I'll go ahead and list the 6 cruise lines because at Edge this past week, I had many members come up and say, I just love it that you tell us who's selling what. I mean, what's selling, because they're very interested in that. So the 6 cruise lines that this member booked were Celebrity, Carnival, Holland America, NCL, Princess, and Royal Caribbean.
So pretty much all the cruise lines.
No, Josh. Joshua. No, not Hertigruten. Okay. Just wanted to, I have to get that in every so often. So,
Yeah, Julia from Hertigruten is going to be like, oh yeah, not all of them.
Okay, in the number 2 spot, this member sold one couple. The gross sale was 157,873, and
Wow.
the net revenue from that one sale for this one couple was 15,787.
Wow. What did
Pretty,
they? What are they doing?
That's pretty nice.
it's pretty nice. I do know the it was an FIT,
Mhm.
and I'm not real familiar with this vendor, this supplier, but it's Queen of Clubs. This member has sold this company before, so
Yeah.
they are a luxury FIT that do sightseeing, hotels, and private jets around the world.
Hmm.
So very
Sounds right up your
impressive.
alley.
I feel like it's come up multiple times. I feel like we need to look into this company and have more information on them.
I agree. I agree with that. And then in the number 1 spot, way to go, Evan. It, uh, now, this member sold one cruise line, but
Uh-huh.
7 bookings.
Okay.
The cruise line is Scenic Luxury Cruises. I don't know if y'all are
Hmm.
very familiar with them.
I
Yeah.
am,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Well, did you know? I think this is such a tie-in and a coincidence, and I kind of see significance in this. They have 12 ships that cruise the rivers of Europe, and they're all named after gems.
I like her
Are
gem
they?
Yes. Yes. The crystal, the jewel, the jade, the jasper. Did you know that's a gem? The
Yes.
jasper. Okay,
Hmm.
good. Opal,
I did
amber,
not.
ruby, pearl, sapphire, diamond, azure, and then one called the gem. So I just thought that
Oh.
was such a coincidence. The gross weekly revenue for selling 7 of their cruises
Mm-hmm.
was $162,000, and the commission revenue for 1 week, 23,766.
Wow.
Wow.
So if you could sell these gems, you could be our gem.
So, Velma, I just want to make sure that I heard that right. We have 7 bookings,
Hmm.
7 bookings.
right? And 23,000 and change in commission, right?
That's correct. That's
So,
correct.
if my math, just using some very rough back of the napkin math, that's a little over $3,000 of commission per booking, correct?
That would be right. Yes.
Wow.
Erica would know the exact figure because she's really into this, yeah, but yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, look, we talk about, one way to hit your profit goal is
Mhm.
to impact your average transaction value. And
Right.
one way, there's several ways to do that, but one way to do that is by looking at what you're selling and what you're targeting, right? And so that case that you raised there, Velma, is a
Mhm.
perfect example of how you focus on a product like River Cruise, or maybe that was one of their yacht
Mhm.
ships, but either one will have the same
Mhm.
point. How you focus on a product like that to
Mhm.
dramatically raise your average transaction value so you can
Mhm.
hit your profit target. So that's
That's right. That's right.
super, super job there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
These were all their
It was
riverboat,
a river.
river ships.
Yeah.
You're right. They do have a couple that they do call
Yeah.
yacht ships. Yeah.
They have their like James
Oh,
Bond one that has a submarine and a
Yeah. Yeah.
helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah.
They call these spaceships. I don't know if you knew that. They
I
call
know.
all of their, yeah, space ships. So
Hmm.
anyway, great week.
Interesting.
Very great week.
Well, I find it
That's great.
interesting that number two was 146,000 in gross sales, the commission 14, and then number one was Sorry. Never mind. I did my math wrong. Never mind. I'm going to shut up now.
Okay.
Just a good number 1, number 2, number 3. Great job, guys.
Good point, Joshua.
Yeah. Joshua.
Tosh, you
I used to have a tennis coach who was, I don't know what country he was from, but I was very young, so it really bothered me. But he called me Joshua. And yeah, it was very uncomfortable. But anyway.
We won't call you that.
Yeah, don't do that. Just call me
No.
Josh. Call me Duke. Whatever you want to call me.
Duke. Okay, Duke.
Duke.
Thank you, Velma.
Yeah, thank you, Velma. Have a great weekend. Get some rest.
All right.
This is.
All right.
I got to see her at the gala. She was sitting at the table with me, but she was sitting. Oh, she said goodbye before. So she was sitting opposite me, but the
Yes.
tables were too big that I couldn't actually talk to her. But I could just watch her and kind of like wave at her. But that was the last I saw her. I didn't get to say goodbye to her. She like left too fast.
So we have another limerick here. This is from Kara.
Okay.
And, I think this limerick is very Kara. Here we
Okay.
go. She says this is the best poem that she ever wrote.
Oh, she wrote it.
She wrote it.
Okay.
Once there was a cat that was very fat. It thought that eating was fun until it weighed a ton. Then it died, and that was that.
Wow. You know what? Yeah. Kara, I just feel like you've got a hidden talent for limerick writing.
So Rebecca tells us that hula actually tells a story, and each movement means different words.
Oh, and that's why
That's why.
that's why Shakira says her hips don't lie, because it's telling a story. It's telling the truth. All right, I'm gonna stop doing that now.
Shannon says that she's published. She finished planting 4 truckloads of flowers, and she can barely move.
Yeah, I've had some of those moments. I saw her picture that she posted, and she went to the garden center and she filled up her truck with all these flowers. And I've done that before, and you hate yourself afterwards. You're like, what? I gotta dig holes. I gotta plant these, but it looked gorgeous. I can't wait to see it come in. You know what? Something I didn't mention about the Travel Leaders Edge Conference is at the gala where I was sitting opposite Velma. They do the graduation ceremony for the Travel Leaders Specialist programs, which there are 6 specialist programs: destination weddings and honeymoons, leisure, corporate, group, adventure. I'm missing something, but anyway, 6. And last year, I mean, every single, because not everybody could come, but they list everybody that graduated. And these are not, like, I took a course this weekend. Like, our Paul took, like, a Purdue course while he was trying to get to Nashville because his flight kept getting rerouted. It's not something you can do like that.
No.
This is stuff that you have to do. Sometimes it takes a year to 2 years to complete. So very, very big deal. So last year I remember seeing just so many of our members on there. I was so proud. And this year expecting the same, but we did have a lot of our members in attendance. So congratulations to y'all. Was in Nashville, so y'all is now a part of me. But want to give a shout out to Tom Demeter for getting 2 specialists, getting the certificate for 2, and Yamini Barbaro she has achieved all 6. And I bet she's banging on the door for more, because I remember when I first met her, she was walking the stage twice. So she's like done 2 a year.
Yeah.
For a while. So congratulations to all of our graduates.
Absolutely.
These specialist programs.
It's a huge accomplishment.
It's a huge accomplishment. And I was speaking to a couple of our members who did the group specialist programs, because groups, huge way to make money. I mean, you can really build a total business around groups.
Absolutely.
And it's also a scary place because you can make some mistakes.
Yeah.
And what I heard from everybody who's taken the group specialist program is that it is it gives them a lot of confidence. And as a member of Travel Quest Network, you get that at a special price. So please look up the specialist programs in WorldVia Pro, and you can find out all about that and get started so you can walk the stage and get your diploma. Yeah. Is there some more?
Yeah, I asked Leah Thiele, who runs the Travel Leaders Education program. I was like, just curious, how many people have gotten all 6? And she's like, there's one. And she pointed to Yamini. Yeah, so you're the one, Yamini. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah, but we dominated the graduation ceremony again.
Yeah,
and it was pretty awesome.
And I, you know what? For that room being as full of life and energy as it is, people are not hooting and hollering enough. And I am on a mission. So anytime our group got called out, I'd be like, "Go Nate!" Ah! Anyway, and Christine was wearing a sequin duster. You know, just like a little overcoat thing that duster. I watched her walk across the stage like a sparkly peacock. And I saw her afterwards, and I was like, I am so proud of you for all your sequins. And she said, well, I felt like it was too much. And I was like, oh, it's never too much. And I said, did you buy it just for this? And she said, no, I've been going to Taylor Swift. I've seen her now 3 times in a row. She had just been there just at the start of the event. But I appreciated the sequin. So you looked fantastic. Yeah, girl. Hey, guys. So, you know, Travel Quest World in Orlando this year, Waldorf Astoria, the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Did I say September already? Well, September. So it is sold out, but a little birdie, like this little plane, cheep, cheep, says, make sure you're on the waiting list before next week if you would like to attend. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Get on the wait list.
Teas delivered.
Yeah. The tea is delivered. Yes. What else is going
on? We have some multitaskers. Let's see here. Teresa is multitasking by listening to the chatter while working on her agent profile.
Good for you.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hannah had her win this week was closing her first trip with CIE to Ireland for clients going on the tour next year, and she just got the deposit applied while listening to the chatter today.
Lucky Limerick
Day.
I love it.
That's great.
So I loved while we were in the course summit talking about closing, you know, your marketing plan, your sales plan, and Stacy was in the classroom,
right?
And she was participating. She wasn't checked out, but she was closing deals right there in the classroom. I mean that I was pretty proud. I was proud that she didn't like walk out of the room. I would have been like, oh man, I lost you. No, she closed deals while she was in there.
Yep. And I know we have a little bit of time left, but don't leave because we have a, not just yet, because we have a special announcement coming.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We should have teased that at the beginning.
You know.
Evan's giving me all these cards.
And Rebecca said her win this week was hosting a FAM in Hawaii. Where she was able to tour a lot of resorts and finally got to meet the sales managers to talk to in person. That is very cool.
Difference.
Well
and
done.
It makes a huge difference.
Kara just used Content Creator to make another additional bio.
Content Creator in WorldVia Pro.
And she has another one almost done. She just needs to update the destinations for it.
Okay.
Sarah Cantor said, I need to do this. Yes, you do, Sarah.
Yes, please.
Let's see. Kara said it was really easy, and I liked how you could pick the tone of it. Obviously, she picked fun.
Yes, she is fun. She's fun. And she specializes in cultural travel, where you're actually experiencing the culture of the destination that you're going to. But she is a fun person, so I'm glad that she picked that tone.
Let's see here. Nate giving a shout out for the TLN specialist courses, that they're worth it. Let's see here. And yes, Edge next year will be in Washington, D.C. National Harbor And the dates are June 8th to the 11th. I think.
Yes, you're right. June 8th through the
I-
11th.
Nate, I'm relying on you there with that.
Yeah, June 8th through the 11th in National Harbor. That is Maryland, but don't fly into Baltimore because Baltimore does not serve all of Maryland. I learned that when I
Correct.
had already booked my flight to Baltimore to get to National Harbor.
And let's see here. And Nate says, if you haven't attended Tropical World before, he highly recommends it. Recommends it. It's a great time to learn and make connections. I agree, Nate.
Yeah, and Nate, I know, got in, and he just kept telling everybody, get on the wait list. I heard something, and I confirmed that for him.
Yep.
So before we get to headlines and then the
Yes.
special deal, I want to let everybody know, I think I teased this a little bit ago, but we have an exclusive promotion with Royal Caribbean that starts, it's our Loyal to You promotion with Royal Caribbean for bookings made between May 15th and the 21st. And it's up to $100 onboard credit. So look, Funlola is going to get that up in WorldVia Pro today before we leave. There's a flyer that you can put your information on, but it also gives the details on the promotion. This is something that's automatically applied to your bookings made through Travel Quest Network and Royal Caribbean, as long as they're made between the 15th and the 21st. So of May. Yeah. So if you have people who are on the line or are thinking about a cruise with Royal Caribbean, I would kick it into action this weekend because you got something that nobody else is offering right now because of Royal Caribbean and WorldVia.
Yep. Use it as a closing event.
A closing event. Yes. Okay.
I just wanted to play with the airplane.
Okay. Well,
Like
I
a
think
child.
I think you have some headlines to do.
Okay, let's do some headlines. What do you say? There they are.
That's our headlines. You didn't
headlines.
get to hear that. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adventures by Disney is announcing some new land tours going to Colombia and also to the Atlantic coast in Canada, and that will be in 2024 first for those destinations. We're seeing Colombia is starting to get a little hot. We're seeing some river cruise stuff in Colombia, now some more new land tour itineraries.
Colombia.
Colombia is, to me, an interesting destination. I think I would like to visit there.
You haven't been.
No.
Okay. Have you been to anywhere?
I've never been to South America at all.
Yeah. I think it would be fascinating.
Right?
Yeah.
And it seems like it'd be a cool place. And they do a great job. A little bit closer to home.
Okay.
Princess is bringing a new ship, or a ship, not a new ship, but bringing a ship to Port Canaveral. And that will be starting in November of 24. So we have a little bit of time before that will happen. But they're going to bring the, let's see, which ship is it here? I got to check my notes. The Caribbean Princess.
Oh, I've actually been on that.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's one of the medallion class ships. So you get the little medallion business, and you can track your people, whoever's with you, with the medallion. I mean, if you are like a micromanager, it's fantastic.
But for, I'm happy to hear more ships in Port Canaveral because, even if you're not a Florida resident, and even if you're not an agent that is based in the Southeast, there's obviously a lot of the country that is based in the Southeast, and Port Canaveral is a very drivable port. So even if you're based in Seattle, Washington, and you get a lead for a cruise client in, anywhere in the Southeast, driving to Port Canaveral is an option for them. So it's great to see, more and more ships there.
And there's quite a lot of flights that go to Orlando. I mean,
Of course, it's an easy flight there.
Yeah, that's.
But if the flight is a cost issue,
yeah,
right? That's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
But you're right. You can absolutely fly into Orlando very easily.
Yeah. And the Caribbean Princess is the first cruise, like real cruise ship I was on, and I mean I've been on a few now since, but wow, very very pretty.
So I have another funny headline, or I thought it was funny. So we have Nassau, which is perennially America's least favorite cruise destination. But what do you do when you're the least favorite?
Reinvent yourself?
Yes, and what's that would be what one might do. What has Nassau done?
I have no idea.
We're just going to add 50% more capacity. It's going to make it bigger. Now, I don't want to be, too harsh. I'm sure they're reinventing a few things within the experience, but a lot of people have been scratching their heads a little bit as they announce the opening date, which will be later this month, of this radical remodeling. So it's already pretty much the most visited cruise port, but it's almost always the least favorite stop on the Caribbean cruise circuit. So they're going to double down on this reputation, and instead of 4 ships and 20,000 passengers a day, we're going to go up to 6 ships and 30,000 passengers a day.
Wow.
Because what does Nassau need? 10,000 more passengers a day.
Well,
but the cruise passengers aren't the only winners in this new unveiling, Joshua.
okay.
All the local vendors are very happy. Now
Okay.
there's 50% more people that can turn them away and say, no, I don't want that.
That's a real thing when you get off the ship and there's all the different things that people are hawking. Some things you're surprised by. Some of the artifacts that they present are very surprising.
Yeah. They've even started doing some classes with the local population there. Mm-hmm. And you might say, oh, cool, they're going to work on, customer service and tourism skills.
Yeah.
Not quite. But they are teaching them to practice their signature line, which is, we're so glad that you enjoyed Nassau, or at least tried to.
Is that really what they said?
No.
Oh my God. I can't with you right now. Do you know?
Instagram also excited. Instagram's also excited about this. I was reading some posts by Instagram themselves.
Oh.
Yeah, because this means now 10,000 more people a day can post meh.
Oh. Don't hate on Nassau. So let me just...
I'm sorry.
Let me give you a little background on Nassau. My entire family moved to Nassau. And
What?
I'm serious. And my
You are making this up.
I didn't,
You
but
were
my
making this
my
up.
grandfather, he managed a hotel there. He went from Miami to Nassau, and I might not have been born had they not been kicked out of Nassau. So I'm not gonna
Okay.
say why they got kicked out of
No,
Nassau.
in all seriousness, look, I mean, I'm glad they're revitalizing the port because it has not been a great cruise passenger experience there for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, it's
So-
a shame. It's a shame because then that really opened it up for all the private islands.
Yeah.
Like if Nassau could have done more.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Way to go, Nassau. More ships, more people, more crowds.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So more stuff. Okay, so we're about out of time,
We are.
and I think you have it on one of your cards.
I do.
Yeah. There it is.
Is that it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there we go.
I was really sloppy. Okay, so we've got a contest, and there's
A contest.
yeah. Okay, but you scoffed at it. You have to be a member of Travel Quest Network, okay, in order to play. But we want you to use Content Creator in WorldVia Pro to build more profiles, additional bios, and Agent Profiler. Okay, so if between this Friday and next Thursday at noon Eastern Time, okay, if you have 12 additional bios, so that doesn't count your main bio. So in Agent Profiler terms, you have a main bio and then you have additional bios. You need 12 additional bios. If you already have 12 additional bios, you're already in the drawing.
You're golden.
You're golden, okay? For a 7-day Caribbean or Mexico Princess cruise. It's on a balcony. You get a balcony.
Naturally.
Must sail by or book by?
Book.
Book by 5/31, so May 31st. There are some blackout dates, so there's some terms and conditions to get into. But at the end of the day, go to Content Creator in WorldVia Pro, build 12 additional bios to feed
And publish them.
and publish them. Yeah, because our team has to publish them, so make sure you get them in there. But you need 12, but from right now until noon next Friday, noon Eastern time, to be in the drawing for a 7-day Caribbean or Mexico cruise with a balcony on Princess, courtesy of Travel Quest Network WorldVia, and that was through a donation to the Family Bonds Foundation, which supports our travel community, and anyone in our travel community who is in need of a little extra love and care and support.
Yep.
So yes.
So I'll make sure I got it.
Okay.
Contest. Prize is a 7-day Caribbean cruise on Norwegian
Princess.
Princess.
Yeah.
Are we sure about that? We'll clarify that. 7-day Caribbean cruise. Rules and conditions do apply.
Yes. Blackout dates.
To be entered, and blackout dates and all that stuff. To be entered into the drawing, you have to have 12 additional bios, not counting your main bio, 12 additional bios published by noon next Thursday,
Yes.
which will be what's the date next Thursday? Which will be the 18th of May,
Right.
2023.
And if you already have
And-
12 additional bios, you'll be in the drawing. Published additional bios.
Correct.
You're already in the running.
And it's only Travel Quest Network members are eligible.
Only Travel Quest Network members are eligible.
Got it.
And we will confirm the cruise line, but I could have sworn it was Princess.
I'm sure it is, and I just,
Yeah. So anyway, that's our show.
That's exciting.
Yes, that was very exciting. See,
You got pretty good odds of winning.
pretty good odds of winning, and the return on the investment of time, especially using Content Creator in WorldVia Pro. I mean, this you can knock out 36 bios in
Not
a
very long.
short amount of time.
Yes.
So this is not going to be hard to do.
No.
You just have to make the time to do it.
Just got to do it.
Yeah, just do it. So yes, and we'll clarify, like I said, the cruise, but I swear it was Princess. So anyway, all right, listen, thank you guys for tuning in live. This was fun. National Limerick Day. I have a limerick now. There's also a limerick about a cat, and that was that. So I mean, we got a lot going on. But please, please, please join us every Friday at 4 Eastern for the Weekly Chatter live. This is, we hope it's the highlight of your week. I know it's the highlight of our week.
It is.
So take care of yourself so we can take care of each other. We'll see you real soon.
Love y'all.